Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the Second Amendment is so beautiful. This woman is my hero. She's my new hero. Someone asked me on the Q&A episode, who was my hero? I didn't have an answer, except Jesus Christ. This woman is my second one. This story is amazing. This story is amazing. Pregnant Florida woman uses AR-15 to fatally shoot armed intruder. Oh my God, this just gets me so excited. A pregnant Florida woman armed with a semi-automatic rifle gunned down one of two home invaders who had broken in and were pistol whipping her husband, officials said Monday. Okay, so just a little background. If you don't know what a semi-automatic rifle is, it's one pull of the trigger, one round. That's what a semi-automatic is. Okay? The deadly confrontation happened at about 9 p.m. Wednesday on Old Welcome Road in Lithia, Florida, about 25 miles southeast of downtown Tampa. Hillsborough County Sheriff's spokeswoman Amanda Grant told NBC News. After the woman fired one shot from the family's AR-15 style rifle, both men fled and the mortally wounded robber collapsed in a drainage ditch outside where he died. This is so good. Deputies were still searching for the other robber on Monday. The dead robber was described by deputies as a man in his late 20s, but he was not immediately identified. Two unknown males broke in and made demands of them. The male victim, who was the homeowner, began to get pistol whipped and beat up. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Major Frank Lassat told reporters on the scene. During that incident, the female homeowner retrieved a firearm which was in the house legally and fired one round which struck the male victim that was deceased in the ditch. Homeowner Jeremy King said he'd be dead if it was not for his fast-thinking 8 months pregnant wife. Can we give this lady a round of applause? This lady is an American hero. Guys, let me just say something. You need a girl that, first of all, if she already knows how to shoot a gun and is proficient with it, that's beautiful. That means you got at least two in the house who know how to use it. But let me say this. If you are with a girl who doesn't know how to shoot a gun, or even girls, if you know how to shoot a gun, and your boyfriend or husband does not know how to shoot a gun, he needs to learn, or she needs to learn, okay? Your partner needs to learn. That way, and this is so amazing. This woman is the definition of clutch. Her man is getting beat up, and he was going to die, but this 8 months pregnant. I can't believe this. 8 months pregnant. She's thinking, oh no, not today. You're not taking my man out. Gets the AR-15, fires one round, hits one, which is a fatal shot. Oh my goodness, this story is just so good. Them guys came in with two normal pistols and my AR stopped it. King told Bay News 9, my wife evened the playing field and kept them from killing me. King suffered a fractured eye socket, a fractured sinus cavity, and a concussion to go along with 20 stitches from the attack. The husband, whose 11-year-old daughter was at home during the home invasion, said he and his wife did not know their attackers. We also know this was not a random attack. This family was probably targeted. Okay, oh my goodness. Oh, this is so good. Okay, see, that's all there is in the article. But this woman, this is beautiful. This is the beautiful thing about the Second Amendment. If we didn't have the Second Amendment, that guy would be dead. The pregnant lady would be dead. The soon-to-be newborn child would be dead, and the 11-year-old daughter would be dead. You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying? This is just so amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna go too going to go on much longer about this article. But this is just so great. I mean, how clutch is this? I mean, just this is so amazing to me. Let me go back to the 2-shooter thing. Here's the thing. If one person goes down, it's next person up. That's what's so great about this. Cause here's the thing. It's good to have one shooter in the house, where it's like, okay, one person knows. And when I'm saying shooter, I'm not saying an intruder. I will just say someone who knows how to shoot. Okay. So if you have one in the house who knows how to shoot, that's good. But if something happens to that individual, the rest of the people in the house are in trouble. Oh my God, this is just so amazing to me. This guy is getting whooped. And his wife, clutches it. She musters up her clutch gene. And she, stops them from killing her husband with an AR-15. This is so beautiful. You see what I'm saying? This is what makes the Second Amendment so great. I know I keep repeating myself. Because here's what you need to understand about criminals. Criminals don't care. They're gonna get their gun any kind of way. They're criminals. They don't care about the law. I'm not saying the armed intruders illegally have their guns, but they are people who are bold enough to break the law. Okay, these are people who are bold enough to break the law and put, people in danger and try to kill people. Okay. So criminals, when people talk about, Beto's stupid thing of we're going to take your guns. You're going to take guns away from these people who are following the law, have not broken the law, and simply just own firearms and are proficient with them. See, it's criminals. Criminals don't care about the law. You see those signs that say, you go into a store and it says, you're on camera, smile, you're on camera, those surveillance things. Most people don't steal. It's for those who, it's for the small percent of people who do. The very, very small percent who do. Most people will follow the law. But you have those individuals, it's these individuals. This is why you need to protect yourself. Most people don't break into homes. But if the time ever comes, you can protect yourself. Think about this. If there's no AR-15 in the home, dead Zoe, dead husband, dead wife, dead 11-year-old, and then the soon-to-be baby would be dead. 4 deaths that were prevented because of being able to defend yourself. It is such a beautiful thing. Oh my God. I love this story. Oh man. That's all I'm going to say about this. But man, this story is like textbook. And what's so amazing, you hear many stories where women, they may not have families, but they protect themselves. I told you about the story of the lady who was walking home and these guys were, coming up behind her and they wanted to have their way with her sexually. She had a gun, scared them away, and they realized, they saw her gun and they realized, oh, yep, no, we're gonna go get ours somewhere else. This person is protected. This person is ready. This story is just so amazing. This this woman has to get interviewed. Oh my gosh, she's a hero. She's a hero. Okay. Man, that story just gives me such joy. Okay. Okay. The Cleveland Browns, they have a lot of problems right now. Okay. Freddie Kitchens, OBJ. Well, let me say this about, I haven't criticized Freddie Kitchens, but I'm going to be real here. Freddie Kitchens, in my opinion, is in over his head with Cleveland. That's just me. I have no faith in him whatsoever. None. I don't think he's the guy for the job. You have a lot of big personalities. Jarvis Landry, OBJ, Baker. That's huge. Those are three guys just on one side of the ball. I mean, my goodness. But we're not talking about on the field right now. We're talking about off the field. Jermaine Whitehead, who I've never heard of before. But anyway, here we go. Cleveland Browns waived Jermaine Whitehead after threatening posts. The Cleveland Browns waived safety Jermaine Whitehead on Monday morning, just hours after he posted profanity-laced and threatening comments on social media following Sunday's loss at Denver. Oh man, this is what the Browns do, man. And let me go back to on the field for a second. I know I talked about the playoffs, man, for the Browns. You know, man, I didn't think they'd be this bad. I believed that their talent would be good enough to get them some wins. And they haven't been. Cause I think I wanna say between Jarvis Landry and OBJ, I think since the beginning of the season, they've had 1 or 2 touchdowns. Dear Lord. I mean, I can't. I mean, they just have so many problems. Anyway, back to the article. Jermaine Whitehead's social media posts following today's game were totally unacceptable and highly inappropriate. Broncos tight end Noah Fant ran over Whitehead on the way to a 75-yard touchdown reception. That and a missed tackle on another big Denver play drew criticism of Whitehead on social media. Shortly after that game ended, Whitehead responded on Twitter, including to former NFL player Dustin Fox, who appears on a post-game show for the Browns radio network. In response to Fox's criticism, Whitehead wrote, "Come get in, blood, B-I-T-C-H. Made ass little boy." What? Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, as you guys know, I'm really whitewashed, and right now, I'm really having trouble reading what's in front of me. Okay, come get it in. There's the structure of these sentences is horrible. Come get it in. Blood be made ass little boy. I'm out there with a broke hand. Okay, I understand that second sentence. Don't get smoked. Whitehead also wrote, "I'ma kill you, B-I-T-C-H, that's on blood," to another Twitter user. You know, let me just, I think I'm going to stop for a second. Let me just say something. When you are writing something, it's one thing to talk a certain way. But when you're writing, you have to be clear. Some of the, what? That's on blood? What does that mean? Like, I'm sitting here clueless. I don't know what that means. I gotta be honest. If someone tweeted this to me, or sent me this, I would respond, what? let me finish the article. One thing that bothers me is I can't get back into the article just right now. One thing that bothers me is when you have a situation, or I should say this, we go to school for a reason. I know I'm going way off topic here, but this is my first time reading this, and because these stories that I'm about to do, these are my live reactions, specifically for these. But we go to school for a reason. You go to school from, some start at 6 months, some start school at 6 months, some start at a year, but we'll just say a year. From age 1 to age 18, that is 17 years of your life. That is almost 2 decades of school. Mandatory school. You are taught to read, write, do basic arithmetic, and things like that. You have to use, I gotta be honest, man, when I hear people who don't speak well, and I shouldn't say that, not speak well, but they just speak incoherently and write incoherently. To me, writing is worse because you actually see the words that you are typing out or writing out with your hand. What? Use the education that you had. Don't let those years go to waste. I have one friend, he doesn't talk that well. He really doesn't. I like him. He's a great guy. But when it comes to the English language, he's rough. He is rough. And he's not black either. Okay, let me get back into the article. Whitehead's Twitter account was suspended before he had even left the visiting locker room. He declined to take questions from reporters. Whitehead later took to Instagram to apologize for his performance, but not for the tweets. Crazy world. They line it up and say anything in the book to you, he said in the caption of a photo of himself walking outside with a suitcase in his right hand and a cast on the left one. They tell you to take the high road when your whole life was taught to meet fire with fire. I do apologize for my performance, but having a broke hand and a strong fear of letting my team down is my downfall. Whatever happens, happens. Ain't trippin'. He misspelled ain't. He spelled it AIN. And then trippin', he just didn't put the G. Ain't trippin'. They probably gon' still talk crazy, but this me getting smoke off my chest. I don't need one like this one from me to me. Keep your head up, homie. Can't nobody F with you. I dare him to try. Jesus. I'm just gonna say this to you. If anyone out there, if you write like this, you are just rough. You're rough. When it comes to texting, I've never been one to abbreviate that much. But I don't get it. I don't know how someone can write this badly. See, I was gonna go a whole nother direction here. I really was. But now that I'm reading this, this is so bad. I'm gonna read the tweet again. Come get it in blood, BITCH. Maid asked Lil Boy, I'm out here with a broke hand, don't get smoked. I'ma kill you, bitch, that's on blood. I don't know what that means. Whitehead, who's 26, is in his 4th NFL season after going undrafted out of Auburn in 2015. The Browns claimed him on waivers in November 2018, one day after the Packers released him following an ejection for slapping an opponent in the face mask. Okay. So that was the end of the article. You know, man, let me just say this. Never mind. I lost what I was gonna say. I feel dumber after reading what I read. How do you, what is he even trying? Okay, I understand the broke hand part. I understand the don't get smoked part. I don't get the that's on blood. I don't get that. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go to my black friends and ask them what it means. I'm gonna have to ask them to translate. I'm clueless here. I don't know what half of this message means. Yep, I was gonna go somewhere else with this, but I can't because I just feel dumber after reading this. Okay. All right. Ukrainian, this is from Fox News. Ukrainian adoptee accused by Indiana parents of being a 33-year-old woman speaks out. All right. So I saw this article on Fox News, and I just, some stories are just so strange to hear. Let me get into it first, okay? Here we go. A Ukrainian female adopted by an Indiana couple and later abandoned by them after they claimed to have learned she lied about her age and was actually 22 or even a 33-year-old woman, says the bizarre allegations against her aren't true. Natalia Barnett, an orphan with dwarfism, opened up about the accusations in an interview with Dr. Phil scheduled to air on his talk show Thursday. Her story drew attention nationwide in September when her adoptive parents, Christine Barnett, 45, and Michael Barnett, 43, were charged with 2 counts of neglect of a dependent stemming from their move to Canada in 2013, without Natalia, according to investigators. The Barnetts, who are now divorced, adopted Natalia in 2010, and a doctor determined she was estimated to be around 8 years old. Natalia told the Tippecanoe, I think that's how you pronounce it, County Sheriff's Department in September 2014 that she came to the U.S. through an adoption in 2008 from her native Ukraine, and that the Barnetts adopted her 2 years later. Natalia Barnett tells Dr. Phil she just wants people to hear my side about the bizarre allegations made against her adoptive parents. Her interview is set to air Thursday. She said she lived with the Barnetts for about 2 years in Hamilton County. A skeletal survey taken at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital in 2012 estimated Natalia's age to be 11. But that same year, the Barnetts changed Natalia's legal age to 22 and soon after moved to Canada. Though the couple reportedly rented Natalia an apartment in Lafayette, Indiana, she knew no one in the city and was left with no means of financial support. She was eventually evicted in 2014, at which point she was reportedly taken in by neighbors. Natalia says she hasn't seen the Barnetts since they left the country. The pair made a slew of peculiar accusations against the Ukrainian, claiming the supposed adult was merely posing as a little girl. Christine told a news station in September that Natalia was diagnosed as a psychopath and a sociopath and claimed her adoption was a scam. The Barnetts recently told ABC News, Good Morning America, they believe Natalia could be as old as 33. In her interview with Dr. Phil, the host asked Natalia if she's a 33-year-old scam artist. She's painted you as an evil dwarf that's going to poison their coffee or stab them in their sleep. They say you scammed them, lied about your age, and terrorized them, Dr. Phil says, to which Natalia replies through tears, "It's not true at all." Why did they want to get rid of you so badly? A 6 or 7-year-old child living in an apartment alone for a year? That's just not believable to me, he says. I guess it comes down to whether or not you are an evil psychopath demon child that's come over here to murder everybody. The Ukrainian female of an indeterminate age says she just wants people to hear my side. Last week, a judge in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, issued a gag order in the case telling the Barnetts they cannot discuss Natalia's medical, mental, or education records in media interviews because such characteristics can cause pre-trial publicity that makes it difficult to find unbiased jurors. The couple may, however, discuss the allegations and their defense in general terms as long as their comments do not impugn the couple's adopted daughter, the judge said. Okay. You know, I think I gotta stop again for a second. I just went through this whole article. We still don't know her age. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. 22, 33, 45, 43, 11, 22, 33, 6, 7. Okay. We still don't know her age. How old is this girl? I'm just going off this article here, but I'm telling you, this article does not have an age that she is. Does she ever say how old she is? Because I gotta be real here. The important thing about this article is her age. How old does Natalia say she is? I'm not saying, here's the thing. Because I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at her face. She doesn't look... Okay. She looks like she could be possibly a teenager. Possibly like 15. But I would say the minimum age is 15 in this picture that I'm looking at. 15 to 40? I don't know. We don't know how old this girl is. And I gotta be honest. I have to be honest. I've gotta be honest. This story is so bizarre. I gotta be real here. This couple supposedly just came out of nowhere and just left her. And they said, we're leaving her because she's faking her age. Now, okay, so Michael Barnett and Christine Barnett, Christine Barnett looks like a normal middle-aged white lady. Michael Barnett looks slightly crazy. But I don't We don't know how old this girl is. I mean, I'm telling you. I cannot find an article that shows how old she is. Or I shouldn't say that. In this article, it doesn't say how old she is. Ukrainian adoptee accused by parents of being a 33-year-old woman speaks out. It's very simple. If I'm Dr. Phil, and I like Dr. Phil, if I'm Dr. Phil, and I don't know if this happened, or if this will happen, but the first question I'm asking her is, how old are you? Because everything else I really don't care about. I gotta be honest. This individual's age, I'm dead serious, you could make a case that she's anywhere from, I'd say, 15 to 40 or 45. That's just my question to this individual. Natalia Barnett, wherever you are, my question to you is, how old are you? I don't even know what to say to this. I mean, what? Okay, so, cause here's what I'm saying. So the couple abandoned her after they claimed she lied about her age and was actually a 22 or even a 33-year-old woman. She says the bizarre allegations against her aren't true. The very next sentence should be her saying, a quote from Natalia saying how old she is. Whether it's true or not. I mean, I'm not criticizing Nicole Dara. I'm not criticizing her because obviously if Natalia said her age, we would know. I mean, she would have put it in the article. So we got a 22-year-old estimate. You're 20. Okay, so 22, 33. In 2010, a doctor looked at her and said she was about 8. Okay. Then the Barnetts adopted her 2 years later. So then she was 10. Okay. So, in 2010, she would have been 10 based off the doctor's estimates. Right now, she would be 19. Okay, either I'm really stupid, and it's supposed to be obvious how old she is. They believe Natalia could be as old as 33. In her interview with Dr. Phil, the host asked Natalia if she's a 33-year-old scam artist. And then Natalia replies, "It's not true at all." A 6 or 7-year-old child living in an apartment alone for a year. That's just not believable to me, he says. Right there, I don't know what he means when he's saying that. I don't know if he means he doesn't believe her, or if he can't believe that. It's just such an incredible story that it's just like, wow, that's incredible. But I gotta be real. A 6 or 7-year-old kid living by themselves in an apartment by themselves for a year. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you can, because if there was no financial support, she was evicted. How does it take you a year? What landlord what I just what landlord would keep someone a year? I mean, obviously, I don't know. I gotta stop with this article. I just, oh my God. So this article and the Jermaine Whitehead article, or really his tweet, and his Instagram post, I don't even know if I should go into this next thing, man. I just don't. What is happening? Alright, some episode this has been. We had a great story with the AR-15. It's been downhill from there. Alright, now, time to bag on California. Yet again. I'm telling you. My audience, a lot of my audience I know, but there's also a big portion of my audience, and I don't know who they are. I'm just gonna be real here, okay? If you live in any other state besides California, it doesn't even have to be a red state. Can you just let me know? Can you just reach out to me and give me a pitch as to why I should go to your state? You don't have to be a red state. I'm dead serious. Let me say this. As long as it's not New York, California, or Illinois. Those three, if you are in any, if you're in any other state besides those three, contact me and tell me why I should go to your state. Because let me just tell you something, man. Here's what you need to understand if you don't understand California, our leaders are they're just so ignorant. Is ignorant even the correct word to describe them? I mean, there are just certain things that are just so blatantly obvious that you would think makes sense. And just, there are things where you have an idea and you're just like, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. Let's not do that. But no. So this goes back a few years. This goes back 5 years actually. To a proposition known as Prop 47. Now, I remember this passing. And let me give you the article. Okay? This is from Fox News. But I'm actually being serious about, pitching me your state. I'm dead serious. Like, if you are in any other state besides the one that I live in, and you're not in New York and Illinois, please talk to me. Because I can't do it with California. I really wanted to be, I like Sacramento for the most part. But every single day, I'm just liking California less and less and less. We got wildfires. We got disease. We've got so many things that could easily be avoided. So many things. But due to just atrocious leadership, I gotta get out of here, man. I'm telling you. When I graduate, I have this semester, and then I have spring 2020, and then I have fall 2021, and then I have fall 2020, and then I have spring 2021, and I graduate in May of 2021. I'm telling you, man, by June, I will not be in California. If things go right, which I believe that they will. It's just, let me get into the article. California's Prop 47 leads to rise in shoplifting, thefts, criminal activity across state. Here we go. In a lighted garage on one of San Francisco's busiest streets, a young man in baggy trousers and messy brown hair pulled down his pants. He had been hiding 2 pairs of stolen jeans with the tags still on them. He handed them to another man waiting nearby, took some money, pulled up his pants, and headed back into another store on Market Street, home to the city's high-end designers and chain retail shops. The incident wasn't a one-off. These brazen acts of petty theft and shoplifting are a dangerous and all too common consequence of Prop 47. Listen to this. I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Prop 47, a referendum passed 5 years ago that critics say effectively gives shoplifters and addicts the green light to commit crimes as long as the merchandise they steal or the drugs they take are less than $950 in value. The decision to downgrade theft of property valued below the arbitrary figure from felony to misdemeanor, together with the selective enforcement that focuses on more serious crimes, has resulted in thieves knowing that they can brazenly shoplift and merchants knowing the police will not respond to their complaints. If you couldn't understand that, let me put it this way. A store owner, and let me just say this, most businesses in America are small businesses, okay? And they're hit the hardest, okay, with stuff like this stupid, just a stupid thing right here. Okay, so anyway, let's do this. Barnes and Noble. Okay, I'll give you something that I can relate to. Huge fan of Barnes and Noble. Huge fan of books. Love them. Okay, because of this law, I'm not saying I would do this or I have done this, but I'm just saying, if I were someone who, with my passion for books, or just whatever reason, I could go into Barnes and Noble, I could get a bunch of books, not pay for them, walk out, and the general manager could call the police, and nothing would happen. Nothing would happen because California is saying, the leaders of California are saying, you know what, it's important, our resources are already really thin. We have to, there are just certain crimes where it's just like, you know what, we can't have it. We just gotta let it go. And so the manager would call the police and they'd be like, okay. And the police may come and they may not come. And if they do come, it's going to be very, very late and I am long gone. Over in the city by the Bay's famous Tenderloin district, Cassie, a 21-year-old mother of 2 and a former heroin junkie, told Fox News that when times were tough, she too has stolen from stores. If my babies need diapers or formula, who is going to get that for me? No one. I have to do it, she said. They ain't out here arresting people for shoplifting and everyone knows it. Prop 47 is seen by critics as one of California's biggest blunders. Supported by the state Democratic Party and championed by the American Civil Liberties Union, the referendum was passed by a wide margin in 2014. I remember when this passed. I looked into the law, and in all honesty, I remember this. When I saw Prop 47, I said, this can't be real. I said, this has to be a joke. This has to be like a fake thing. But it wasn't. I couldn't believe that it was a real thing. And then I couldn't believe that it passed. I was stunned. Absolutely stunned. Okay. Prop 40. The idea behind it was to reduce certain nonviolent felonies to misdemeanors in order to free up resources for cops and prosecutors to focus on violent offenders. In case you guys don't know, violence isn't just killing and, fighting. Violence is also stealing. Stealing is considered violent. And one thing, and what I just said here, with the whole it's now felonies to misdemeanors. So it's pretty much little to no jail time if they do arrest you. It's ridiculous. You are incentivizing crime. Since Prop 47 was passed, there has been an increase in theft across the state. Cities like San Fran have seen organized crime rings turn shoplifting into a well-organized racket involving desperate thieves and unscrupulous black market resellers. Among the nation's 20 largest cities, San Francisco now has the highest rate of property crime, which includes theft, shoplifting, and vandalism. Del Seymour, founder of the nonprofit Code Tenderloin, told Fox News that fencers, often from Mexico and Guatemala, set up shop in the middle of the day and night around the city's United Nations Plaza area. He also noticed that stealers and dealers have gotten bolder by the day. The retail heist taking place, he said, aren't some small-time operation, but instead a sophisticated network of international dealers who cross the border to buy stolen goods. What's worse is that the majority of the handoffs happen in a view of San Francisco's City Hall. I mean, it's blatant. It's blatant. And so he used the term fencers. And so let me just kind of break that down for you. Okay, so here's what happens. The fencer, the fencer is the middleman, okay? So the fencer, so you have the guy who goes in and buys, who goes in and he steals the merchandise. And obviously women can be criminals too, but most criminals are men, okay? So that's why I'm saying he. He goes in, he grabs the merchandise, he comes out, he gives it to what is called the fencer. The fencer, he then goes and he resells it to people who don't know that it's stolen goods. You see it often in black barbershops. It's common. You have that guy come in and he's like, does anybody want, this? Does anyone want razors, jeans, shirts? It's, and they sell things for, a fairly low price than what you can find somewhere else. And that's really how it happens. But anyway, that's what a fencer is. And I mean, it's just so stupid. And, it's just bad. It's just bad in California. I was talking to Eric Prince from Marion West the other day, and I told him, he asked me, what's going on in California because he sees the news and stuff like that. And I was like, look, man, I'm about to get out of here. Because I told him, I said, here are my options right now. I said, I'm either going with Texas, and these are not in any specific order, but Texas, New Mexico, or Arizona. Probably not Florida because I don't want to worry about hurricanes. But yeah, man, I just can't do California anymore, man. I love the women that we have. I love the weather. But my God, it's just bad here. It's bad. And, obviously we're still, we're America. California is still great. Okay. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying our leadership is just bad. We're much better off than other countries like Venezuela. We're much better off than them. But what I am saying is California, we just got some dingbats, man. Just dingbats making our laws. And, I will be one of the Republicans who is looking for redder pastures. Because pretty much anywhere other than California and New York is more red. Even if it's a blue state. I can't do it with California anymore, man. That is, I'm telling you. Like, in 2 years' time, I will not be here in California. I just don't see it.